Hey, what is up, guys? Captain America here, bringing you some Warframe. I just thought I would make this video about this guy right here. He's kind of the talk of the community right now. This guy is Limbo. It's pretty much an overview of what he looks like. I think he looks pretty cool. Sort of, in the wiki, whatever you want to call it. People are like, yeah, he's kind of like a gentleman magician looking guy. I don't know. Here's what he looks like default. Comes with that weird fucking head. I don't really like it. He's pretty cool though. I just put on his alternate helmet and I put that on. The little chest thing is part of the syndicates you can join. That's not really what the video is about. I basically want to make this video to talk about Limbo, and I'm not really going to call it a review. It's pretty much just I wanted to address all the hate that he's getting. A lot of people are saying he's useless. You know, what a waste of a Warframe. You know, he's really harmful to a team, and I basically just wanted to make this video say, look, you know, if you play him right, I hate this fucking guy. Oh my god. Anyway, I have him ranked up all the way. His abilities are all maxed. I basically just wanted to show you my build and how I play him, how I think he should be played. Maybe get, you know, some of the negativity off him. Basically, these are his abilities. You got Banish, Rift Walk, Rift Surge, Cataclysm. Banish is kind of like Soul Punch from Necros. Basically, it's a hit scan ability. You can use it on teammates. They'll get really, really pissed at you, even though it's completely an accident. And unless you're a troll, then shame on you. Basically, you target an enemy, and it says you send him into the Rift Plane. Basically, it kills a lot of enemies in the beginning, and then it sort of just removes them from the battlefield for however long, for 25 seconds by default. Which is pretty good. It's a pretty decent amount of time. There's a couple ways you'd use this. The first way is just kill weak enemies, or if you're doing your T4 voids and there's a heavy gunner or ancient infected, you can pretty much just remove them from the battlefield. Keep them off the cryopod, keep them away from your teammates for at 25 seconds on the default. And damage on all of these, this only does 500, that does none, that does none, you know. Only does 500. It's not really worth putting too much damage in. I'll get to my build in a second. Then you got Rift Lock. You can pass over the Rift Plane. Those of you who have been playing Warframe for a long time, I'm talking like way back in the beginning, you might remember Rhino's Iron Skin. Used to not go off of its own little health thing. It actually was on a time mode, timer. This kind of feels like that, except the difference is you can't hurt enemies, enemies can't hurt you. It's 30 seconds by default. It's a pretty long amount of time. It's actually, your second ability, I'm pretty sure it's cheaper than 50 to cost, especially with a streamline. And you can go in and out of it. It's kind of interesting though, because what it doesn't say is when you go into that ability, you can't hurt enemies, but they can't hurt you. But if you banish an enemy and you go into Rift, you could totally harm each other. You have to be on the same plane. So this guy's way to play this guy efficiently is to understand who's on what plane when. It's also really good for healing teammates as long as you don't have too many people who are being banished around you. Rift Surge, just sort of, it's a damage multiplier on your other abilities, which is kind of interesting because only two really do damage. And they actually do the same amount of damage, which is weird for an ultimate to do the same as the basic spam skill. But basically it multiplies your enemies, multiplies your damage. It's pretty decent. It's not too bad. And then you just got Cataclysm, which is sort of like an AoE banish. So, not getting too much into it, I'm just going to show you my build real quick. This is what I use. You could totally just pause the video. I'm not going to go too much into it. Just Energy Siphon, because this guy uses a lot of energy. Oh, that's the other thing. When you're in Rift Walk or you're in Cataclysm, you gain energy like crazy. So you want to sort of stay in Rift Walk all the time. That's why he has pretty low shit, even with a maxed Vigor on. So I use Energy Siphon to get the extra points and to get the extra energy. Vigor because he's a little squishy, and it's not worth putting, you know, a vitality or redirection just because at high levels it's not going to matter anyway. This is just so he can take a couple more hits. You got to put on a natural talent. His abilities, none of them have invincibility, and they're kind of slow. With this, makes banish almost instant, and all the other ones pretty decent. Flow and streamline, pretty standard on every Warframe. I know damage isn't a lot, but this, I had the room and it was just, I couldn't think of anything else to put. It helps a little bit. For duration, excuse me, just continuity and constitution gives me 58% more duration. And then I just have a stretch on because you will see you don't need, you know, overextended or anything like that. You know, power strength, it doesn't matter, you could put it on, but I didn't have the room, and you'll see with this I have just a ridiculous range. So that's my build. So without too much, I'm just gonna hop into a real quick void mission and just, or actually I'll just hop into some Jupiter so I don't have to worry too much about people. I'll just give you guys a little bit of backstory about me while I wait for this shit. Mastery rank 9 in this, I think, almost 10. On my Steam thing, I don't have any way of showing you guys, but I think I have like just under 400 hours on this game. Playing it for quite a bit. Skip this. Yeah. I like this game. For those of you who don't know, I don't know why you would have clicked on this. Maybe you're just on my channel. Basically, you are a quote-unquote space ninja. You go through the universe fucking shit up. That's pretty much it. So yeah, I like the way this guy looks. So I like this helmet a lot better. He's pretty cool. Oh, the other thing about Riftwalk, you want to go into it pretty much right away. You'll notice in the bottom, even with that energy siphon and this, my energy is just shooting up. I'm here solo, you know. It's pretty good. The only thing is, you can't pick anything up. I can't even open that. I can't do anything like that. I have to come out, and then I can do those. You can't pick anything up. The same with your ulti. So you don't really want to put it on the cryopod unless you're on your own, because your teammates will get pretty mad. And that brings me to one of my points about this guy that I wanted to bring up. A lot of people are kind of like, you know, oh, why'd you know, put that on the cryopod? I can't pick up health, or I can't pick up, you know, ammo. I'm running out of ammo. And my response to that is, look, neither can I, and I'm not running out of ammo. I'm not running out of, you know, health. I'm doing fine. So what you want to do is, especially in a place like this, you want to find an area where a lot of people are going to go through. You throw up that, do your buff, and then you can see it just covers an immense area with that little bit of stretch. When I'm inside, I can hurt them. If I step outside, it doesn't matter if I get shot, you know, whatever. Grab that energy. Here's his first ability. And I love, basically the way this works is they can't fire, think kind of like Frost Snow Globe, except enemies take damage when they walk in and when they walk out. And you can't fire out of it. So basically all of his abilities are sort of like a new take on other Warframes. I mean, everyone has this sort of buff ability. Not everyone, but most people, you know, like Rhino's Roar. He's sort of got like the old school Iron Skin. He's got like Necro Soul Punch. His ulti is kind of like a new take on Snow Globe. You know? So they're coming. Just throw that. Do that. I don't know how much damage it does on cast, but it seems like it kills pretty much anything on cast. I really don't know, because it doesn't say. I just know the damage is from when enemies walk in and when they walk out. Yep, they just die. It's it's so incredible. So yeah, a lot of people also say, you know, that he's more of a solo frame. I would say he's pretty good solo. Let's see if there's any power-ups in here I can show you. Yep, can't pick that up. Well, I'm actually full on ammo, but still. And you can see that ability just lasts a ridiculous amount of time. So you want to come into Rift. You notice you're getting a little low on energy. And what you do is you just start spamming your first ability. Looks like someone's joining me. Whatever. Maybe they'll see themselves on the internet. You just come in here and do this shit. I'm gonna throw that. Let's come over here. What is he, Oberon? You never see that frame. Never. Yep, just dead. Let's see. Alright, level 6, he knows what he's doing. He's kind of just sitting there. Is he typing? You okay, buddy? You okay? Yeah? Whatever. So yeah, this is pretty much how you gotta play this guy. You just sort of want to throw that out in an area with a lot of traffic. You don't really want to throw it out on the cryopod. The other thing is it's one of the few ultis that I know of that you can totally aim. You know? I think this guy is on a whole nother level. I've never played any of the Warframes that play like him. I have like all of them except for I think like Zephyr and maybe like one other. But yeah, see, just nothing. And then I come in here, you know. As this guy, you really don't want to go in that bubble too much. And if you're in Riftwalk and enemies are in the bubble, they can shoot you because you're technically on the same plane. So like I said, this guy's a lot of figuring out who's on what plane when, you know. But he is definitely a lot of fun. He's an interesting Warframe. If you put the time into him and you understand how you play, how you have to play him, then it's really fun, you know. Like there are certain Warframes, if you play him one way, you're really just not gonna have a good time. You know. And I think a lot of the hate comes from, he's kind of hard to, he's not really hard to, there were some bugs with getting him, where some of the missions, you completed them, and for whatever reason they weren't doing anything. They wouldn't like unlock the next mission or give you anything. You gonna say? So yeah. He's staying. So it made it kind of hard to get him, and I think not a lot of people like him, and they think, okay, well, what's the point? And the people who do have him, you know, he's kind of new. Like, not that many people, I think, truly understand, okay, this is what you have to do, you know. But he's definitely one of the best Warframes, in my opinion. You know, just clears the room. This is without even an overextend. This is just, if I put an overextended on, I could probably fill the map with that. I mean, that is just ridiculous AoE right there. That guy backed out and died. God, die. I mean, there's tremendous crowd control. You know, he's a very offensive caster. They rely heavily on just throwing this out there in an area where a lot of enemies are going to come through. Getting your strength up with your third ability.
Corpus walkers are heading to
you know,
location.
You really, I think, like I said, the problem just comes in. He's new. People don't understand. They just see a couple people who are kind of like trolls or dicks. You know, you can banish your teammates, and then on my build, I think they're out for almost a minute, and they get really pissed at you. But, you know, it's also a good thing. If you're doing a rescue mission, you can banish. I gotta get out of this. See, God mode. You know, you can banish a teammate, or not a teammate. You can banish the rescue target, and then they won't take any damage. You pretty much can't lose at that point. You know, I got my health back. Just banish him. Banish that. It's pretty nice. Come out of the ability. You know, I'm safe. Don't have to worry. Next round starting. Throw that out. Boost the damage. Yeah. He's really fun. I don't know. I'm not going to say he's the best Warframe, but I definitely feel like people aren't really giving him the chance. You know, on a couple big channels for Warframe that I watch, and that I'm sure most of you watch, I'm not going to, you know, say any names, 'cause I don't need to. But a lot of these people are sort of saying, you know, look, this guy sucks. I can't believe that they did this. You know, what a waste. What's the point of this? And basically it just comes down to, you know, there are worse Warframes. There are tons of other ones that, you know, you never see. Like, that guy's playing an Oberon. I think I see one maybe once a month. I don't know why. I just never see that guy. You know, you never really see a Necros out of a survival mission. you know. I mean, you know, Ember, how often do you see one of those outside of Infested? Even in Infested, most people, you know, just bring out a Vauban. And this guy is kind of like, you know, when I first played him, my first thought was, you know, he's kind of just like an offensive Vauban. You know? Just throw out your abilities. Keep everybody, you know, in chaos, getting wrecked. I mean, I will say, like, I'm in sort of a lower level. That's just so I can record and not really care. But even still, you know, this guy is not doing high damage. It's more, I just wanted to show you the practicality. So I'm gonna die, so I go into that, and then I'm fine. I start using my ability. No one is living so far, but if they do, they'll sort of just look like I do with a cast on them. You know. And that was the other complaint about that I heard is like, oh, it's a hit scan ability. I don't want to snipe people, and it's like, you know, it's not really that bad, you know. Like, especially, like, I'm on default controls. You can mouse wheel over your abilities if you look in the right. Just keep it on that, click the middle mouse button, you know. He's really not that bad. And he's got pretty much unlimited energy. You know, if you go into that. And it's not just you who gets energy from that, you know, teammates. They'll get energy and shit too. And I'm sorry this video is going on a little long. It's just, you know, almost over, wave 10. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there because I haven't really seen too much positive about this guy, or too much really in general. I don't know if people don't have him yet, if they didn't want to rush the build or what. I don't know. I just figured, you know, hey, this guy looks cool, I'll try it out, you know. But kind of bummed out. I found this guy and I was like, wow, he's really cool. I thought I'd check, you know, let's see what builds we got. And everyone's like, wow, look how much this guy sucks. I couldn't find a build. I had to make that build on my own, you know. But yeah, you pretty much want to do a duration build on him. And I just threw on a little bit of range. So his first ability and his ultimate can excuse me, can just sort of get a little more range. You can grab people from farther away. So as you can see, the field gets bigger. The other thing is you might notice it shrinks a little and then it explodes. I haven't really seen the explosion do damage. People say it does damage, but I don't know. I haven't really seen it, and if it does, it's probably not enough. It seems like the most damage is on the cast, but I have no idea because it doesn't say how much you do when you cast it. It just sort of kills people. Even at higher levels, when you cast it, it seems like people sort of just drop. So like I said, here's my build again. Everything is maxed. You still have 3 left over. It's with that. It's potatoed. No forma. Got really high energy. And just in case you guys are curious what I was running on my Soma. 3 forma Soma build, you know, point strike, rifle, vital sense, heavy caliber, split chamber, speed trigger. Didn't even realize I had that on. Hammer shot, serration. Actually, this isn't what I use. Let's see, what is this one at? Yeah, this is the one I use. This is my corrosive build. I mostly do void. This is what I use. Point strike. I do the Stormbringer with the poison, plus it gives me status. Split chamber, vital sense, heavy caliber, infected clip, serration. The reason I use like the corrosive, it seems like it only does 171, which I know you guys are thinking, you know, what's the point of that? Well, for those of you who don't know, the Soma is a crit weapon, which most of you probably know. And the crit multiplier is just, you know, ridiculous. On this one, it's almost 7 times the damage. But also, it multiplies the status too. So these added together times that, you know, plus a multi-shot, wherever it is, split chamber, plus multi-shot, so pretty much whatever you get times it by 2. and you're just putting out ridiculous damage. And then I just have it Orthos. I don't really care. I just think it looks cool. I just threw shit on. I don't really remember if it's worth it. I never use it. I don't know how many people actually use melee. So yeah, I just thought I'd make this video, you know, explain this guy. Hopefully get more people, try him out, to like him, see if, you know, he's worth the get, and just hopefully put an end to some of the hate, you know, if any. Oh, and he does this little, hey guys, what's up? You know, I don't know. He's he's a weirdo. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, to this point, I just want to say thanks for sticking around. You know, check out my channel, check out the other stuff. Like, comment, subscribe if you want, do whatever. Just the usual. Thanks for watching.